Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the Queendom of Nyx. This is your Prime Minister here. It looks like my shoulder thing on this side has came off. Look at that. There we go. Alright, I am here today to physically sign all these bills into law. Although these laws are already law right now, verbally, but now I'm making it officially, physically. So let's go back in time. We are now in the February of the year 2022. That's how far back I am. So we're going to start with the month of February, the bills of the month of February. So currently there are only 3. So we're going to do those 3, and then the next video will be the month of March, and the next video after that will be the month of April, and so on and so forth until all the year 2022 bills are done. Then after that, I will finish up with all the 2023 bills. So, and quick education, it does turn out that I do sign constitutional amendments into law. Well, not into law, sorry. I do have to sign the constitutional amendments for it to pass through the ballot. So when the people vote on this constitutional amendment, if they vote yes, I still have to sign it. So, and obviously these constitutional amendments that were proposed were all passed. But yeah, so that's a little bit of a difference between us and the United States Congress, but that might change in the future. We'll see what happens. So far no one's really complained about it so far. So, but without further ado, let's begin on House Bill 6. I'm that far back too. House Bill 6. Let's see. This bill regards the prohibition of any and all forms of gerrymandering in all forms of elections and redistricting in the Queendom of Nyx. The sponsor, me. The bill reads, once political parties exist in the Queendom of Nyx, they shall not fabricate their own districts within the counties of the Queendom of Nyx for political gain. Part 2. For all elections in local governments, if they decide to have representative districts, they must be content with the very first map they decide on to be the permanent districts for the counties. Once the decision is made and final, they can no longer change their districts unless by popular vote from the people of said district. Part 3. This bill shall be short-titled Anti-Gerrymandering Act. And that is the end of the bill. Obviously, I'm the sponsor. The House of Representatives, I'm pretty sure it was the House of Representatives. It's either the House of Representatives or the, no, it's the House of Representatives, yeah. Okay, yeah. I could tell, obviously. I know, don't even remember what I've done back then. So yeah. So, obviously, I have said yes to the passing of this bill. Because I thought it would help the Queen of Nyx, and we do not like gerrymandering, and we will ban politicians from even attempting to gerrymander. So yes, we will have gerrymandering, or no gerrymandering, and making sure that political parties know their place here, because we shun political parties. We frown upon political parties here in the Queen of Nyx. We just can't ban them because that's their right to. They have a right to exist. So we have banned them before. It was a constitutional amendment before, but the people have decided to repeal that amendment. So, but yes, I shall officially sign House Bill 6 into law physically. If my pen will work. Let's see if my pen works. Maybe something's telling me I should not physically sign this bill into law. Didn't think it was that bad, though. Maybe it's the U.S. government. They took my pen and dried it up. I didn't think I was out of ink in this one. Hold on, people. Let me see if I can get this. No? Oh, okay. That sucks. It was my favorite pen. Alright, let's try this one. Okay, well that one works. Alright, let's sign into law. House Bill 6 has been officially signed over here into law. So, that's done. Yay. Alright, for the second one, House Bill 7. Let's see. This act will declare that anything regarding helping the Queen of Nix by the government shall be spent from the Treasury, so the individual government employees do not have to pay their individual money to pay for items they may need for their roles. Sponsors, me. The bill reads as simple. There's only one part. The money for the items bought for the purpose of serving the government and the Queendom must come from the Treasury. Simple as that. But basically, if you don't understand what it basically means if we're buying anything for that involves the Queen of Nix, it should come from the Treasury. So a lot of people don't have to spend their own money. So I'm going to sign House Bill 7 into law because the House of Representatives did pass it, so or it wouldn't be on my desk. House Bill 7 is here by law. Alrighty, let's see here. Just making sure I got everything correct. Okay. House Bill 9. An act that will amend new legislative procedures establishing 5 new titles for specifically made laws or additions to laws. NICS Administrative Regulations, or NAR, NICS Revised Statutes, NRS, floor amendments, which means adding on to an existing or pending bills, Constitutional Amendment, and House Joint Resolution, HAR. Sponsor, me. This bill reads, Article 1, NICS Administrative Regulation, or NARs. NICS, Part 1, NICS Administrative Regulation is government-mandated conduct that must be abided by to ensure both the rights and safety of individuals are protected and ensured. 2. NARs can be used and can affect all entities, including, but not limited to, government, individuals, corporations, businesses, and nonprofit organizations. Part 3. NARs can be proposed by any unicameral members, and they must be passed into law by majority vote. Oh, maybe we are still unicameral. Once a NAR is enacted, the Prime Minister is required to sign an executive order to enforce said regulation. Yep, so every time an administration is passed, I have to have an executive order. Which I've actually been stopped on by that. But it's okay, because I'm not going to spoil it right here, but you'll see it in later videos of what we basically done when it comes to executive orders. So, alright. Article 2, NICS Revised Statutes. Revised statutes are regularly checked bylaws and ordinances that are passed by the unicameral to ensure loopholes, slip-bys, and misunderstandings don't occur within government or in the lives of the public. Part 2, statutes can only be proposed and passed into law by the unicameral. Then once passed and enacted, the Prime Minister must sign an executive order to enforce the said statute. The word must. In turn, it can be both voluntary and optional. And no, I have not done it yet. Part 3. Statutes can be used and can affect all entities, including but not limited to government, individuals, corporations, businesses, and nonprofit organizations. Simple enough. Article 3. Amending a law. Part 1. Members of the unicameral have the power to amend an additional article, section, subsection, or a clause into a pending or existing law. Part 2. This can only be done if the unicameral agrees to a majority vote. Article 4. Constitutional amendments. Part 1. Constitutional amendments are supreme laws of the Queen of Nix that ensures the rights of the people and that ensures the government exercises and protects those rights. Constitutional amendments can only be passed if 2/3 of the eligible voting national population and 2/3 of the unicameral vote for it. Then it must be approved by the monarch, then must be signed and not vetoed by the Prime Minister, as I stated earlier. Part 3. In accordance with the 13th Amendment of Queen of Nix Constitution, mind you. If the monarch does not approve it, or if the Prime Minister vetoes it, the citizens can challenge them to see if a compromise can be reached between the people and the government. Article 5, House Joint Resolutions. Part 1, House Joint Resolutions are House bills that are created and sponsored by two or more members of the unicameral. Part 2, House Joint Resolutions, although created by multiple sponsors via unicameral members, must still contain one subject, no more, no less, while being created. Part 3, House Joint Resolutions are separate from normal House bills, therefore they shall be numbered separately by normal House bills. Yep, so all of this is mainly a specification and procedural things for the legislature, the House of Representatives, so clearly I say yes and sign this into law. So I will sign House Bill 9 into law. Thank God I have space to sign. And here we go, House Bill 9. Here's my signature. Here we go. House Bill 9 is officially law. Alright, my people of the Queen of Nix, that is all for the month of February. And to remind you, all these three bills were all passed on the same day, on February 12th, 2022. Let me double check that to ensure that what I just said was correct. Yes, it was. Good. Yeah, February 12th, 2022. So all these bills pass into law on that month. So, we're going to continue on. I will see you all next month. Good day.